Thank you for clicking on this video. This is going to be a tarot reading, and it's going to be basically anything that you need to hear right now at this time in your life, regardless of what's going on. I'm going to draw advice. Spirit already knows who's going to come to this reading and who's not going to come, because time is not linear up there or down there or wherever it is. So this is just whatever you need to hear right now. We're going to start with our oracles and then work our way into an actual tarot reading, which will cover different subjects. Feel free to comment below your zodiac sign, specifically your sun. I will interpret this particular oracle card and then we'll read about it at the end of the reading. It'll tie everything together usually. Let's see what we get for the collective here. What do you guys need to hear right now the most at this time? Let's start this reading with a nice oracle. All right, I got the warrior. Also falling out is the bridge and the shapeshifter. So, okay, a lot of you are starting a journey across, right? What this means is I feel like you're crossing over into a new realm of self. This is an evolution. The crossing of the bridge shows to me more of an initiation for you than a transformation. And this is kind of picking up from like one of the past readings that I did, where I kind of felt like you had already changed, you had already evolved, but like your physical life was catching up to it. So now basically what's happening is you're moving over into the new realm, into the new timeline, into the whatever it is of your life. Thus, the shape-shifting, you're becoming more true to yourself. There's new sides of you coming out. You're gonna see this in your life too. You're gonna see different people come into your life, different ways of thinking, maybe different ways of dressing, of presenting yourself. There's just going to be a lot of newness coming in as you shape-shift, as you cross over this bridge, right? We got double rainbows coming out, so rainbows may be a thing. Yeah. You can take a look, see if you get any intuitive hits. I know the light's really bright on those, but we make do with what we've got. I don't know why I drink a lot of water. Maybe just because it's hot, but maybe because, you know, you're changing a lot and your brain is processing your energetic system. But right now, I feel like the warrior was the main card that came out, which is the card that I'm going to put on the 3D skull print thing. I got that off Etsy from some dude. It's really cool. Focus, please. Give it a focus. So snake might be an image for you, whatever kind of skull that is, armadillo, bull, whatever. But mostly I'm seeing rainbows is really significant for you right now. So the warrior shows that right now, I almost feel before you start the shape-shifting, before you start the bridge crossing, there's almost like a battle that like you're kind of like waging. It could be, you know, a battle against your shadow, a battle against your old self, your old life. A lot of us will resist change on a subconscious level. Our shadow will resist change because our shadow essentially wants to keep us in place. It's not bad. Our shadow's like, we're safe here as we are, which would be like a very defensive person, a person locked in some kind of addiction, a person locked in some kind of forever judgment, right? For some reason, your shadow recognizes this as safe. If you want to know more about it, go read psychology books. So as you change, your shadow is going to resist that, and it's going to feel very difficult for you to actually work through that and get out of it, which is what I feel is going to be happening with you in the warrior. There could be stuff in your actual life as you change energetically, spiritually, psychically, you know, there could be people, relationships, jobs, whatever, that you will be kind of getting out of, and that's going to be a whole thing in and of itself, and some of you are definitely going through that right now. But fight the good fight, follow the rainbow, and make it over into the life that you want. The bridge is definitely representing here that the life that you want, the person that you want to be, is already there, it exists. It's just a matter of navigating to that. So, we'll read about the warrior at the end of the reading, as I said. Let's work with some more oracles, just whatever you guys need to hear right now. What's coming through for this collective right now, here at TAROVERSE. So Buried underneath a lot of gunk is sweetness. This feels like another person. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus on these cards when I hold them up. Feels like someone's sweet on you, or you've got like good relationships around you. It may be hard for you to see that right now if you're kind of going through a lot, but they're there. There's someone there, or that could be like your own inner sweet person kind of buried underneath a lot of stuff that you got to work through. Let's see, I only wanted to pull a couple cards for this, but let's see what flew out there. Trust is an issue right now for you with, I don't know, yourself, the flow of things, with life. Sadness, block, caution, reflection. All right, if you are being blocked from something right now, so there's like a closed gate, that may be the gate to the bridge, the metaphoric bridge. You need to reflect a little bit and understand something and integrate something before you can move on. And this has to do with you being really upset or sorrowful about something. So you may need to process something that happened in your life before those gates open. Could be a breakup, could be a death, could be a loss of something. It doesn't have to be big, you know, little things can affect people in big ways. Everyone's different, but there's some kind of sorrow. I'm seeing like a dog or a pet for some of you. Give yourself time to process that, to integrate it. Mostly what I'm hearing here is acceptance. So you need to accept basically what needs to change, what needs to be let go of, or what happened on a deep level before you can move through, right? There's blockages and a caution with that. So there's a concept that really needs to be integrated here. It's important to do that. You can't just run through into your new life until something is integrated here. But those gates do open, and they open for the you that you want to be already. Consciousness, trust, growth, movement, and surrender shows you how to get there. So you need to trust that the universe is working for you. You just need to trust in the flow of things, basically. And a lot of you already do, I feel like, especially if you've been on the channel for a while and you've kind of gone through these changes. Is it not like in autofocus? Sorry guys, no it is. Some of you have like learned to trust throughout your journey. Some of you are learning now. There's always new people coming, there's always people going. That's the beauty of this channel. But just make sure that you are practicing a surrender, practicing a trust. Always letting go. Without trust in the flow of things, without trust in your timeline, without trust in yourself, you're not getting anywhere. You're going to be grabbing on things and using them as crutches all the time because you're not trusting the unseen, the forces that guide, like wind. Right, so we have growth and movement coming in, two beautiful green cards next to each other, and then surrender. So just whatever's happening right now in your life, even if you can't see the messages behind it, just allow it to guide you to where you need to go. Because you are being guided to where you need to go. You are growing right now, especially if it's difficult, especially if it's hard, that shows growth. And it's just about making the decisions and proving to yourself that you are growing. Because some of you won't realize it. You'll just think that you're being punished or something hard is happening and you won't know why. Just be patient with yourself. You'll see always in hindsight why you went through what you were going through. Sometimes it can take forever. Do I offer private readings? No, unfortunately I do not. But I can recommend you my personal psychic of choice. The only person that I go to when I need guidance, advice, and insight is Shauna. I found her on Etsy, I think in 2023, and I haven't really needed anybody since. The help that she's been able to give me is, she's just an integral part of my journey, let's put it that way. And because of that, I can confidently recommend her to you on my channel. Her contact details are below. She offers some readings through Etsy, but if you email her and inquire to a personal reading or a year ahead reading, I'd highly recommend that actually, because basically what she'll do is she'll channel just a shit ton of information, and then she'll write you like pages in an email about what she sees. Things come to her in visions, or sometimes she'll quite literally hear the answers. A lot of times those visions won't make sense until retrospect, but a lot of the advice is sudden and immediate. She's like me, she'll tell you how it is. She will tell you something that you may not want to hear, right? If you're going to inquire just about love to her, she's going to tell you straight up what she gets about that love situation, and it's very likely accurate. No psychic is 100% on point, and some's energy work better with some people's than others. But she's, like I said, been extremely helpful to me. I highly recommend her, and that is who I would point you guys to if you do want private readings. Again, her details are below. I'm like too lazy to put in AC. I wish I just had central air. I will sweat through the entire summer, I don't care. Kind of like it. Feels like a detox. All right. What else do you guys need to know? What else do you guys need to be liquid? Yeah. We start like talking about like water and sweat. So yeah, definitely there's a message coming through that I'm picking up on about you needing to detox, needing to let something out. Maybe some of you just need to exercise. Like some of you probably do, but it might be more than that. It might be more metaphoric. We got protection, tra-la-la, love, and light. Sparkle, sparkle, bitch. That came out before. A lot of you like that card. And bring your own seat to the table. A lot of this to me is about showing up. Letting go of what's holding you down. Showing up for yourself. No weapon against me shall prosper. A lot of you were like, that's from the Bible, TAROVERSE. How could you not know that? Because I don't read the Bible. I don't need to. These are extremely optimistic to the point where it's almost cheesy. And I think it's like you guys really need to just be showing up for yourself in like a really cheesy kind of way. Like just like believing in yourself. And not caring. There's a feeling here that you need to stop caring like so much about something. Whatever it is that you're hyperfixated on, whether it's about yourself or someone else, you need to care less, and that's going to help you. It's going to make you lighter. All right, we've got combined oracle decks from the Holler Mountain Moon. We just got a lot of oracles. Links below for all the decks that I'm using here. If you guys like one, I highly recommend you pick one up. Most of these are indie decks by actual people who make decks, and you buying a deck could really support them. So let's check out what we got coming in here. All right, those did not want to go in. Bitterness, rebirth, melancholy, transition, identify, and illusion. Yeah, yo, you guys, like, listen, the message is repeating itself almost throughout like most of the oracle decks that I'm connecting with. And it's basically like you are changing, you are evolving. This is your confirmation that it's happening for a reason. You do need to let go, and you will be transforming. There's transition, there's rebirth here, but you also need to understand what is no longer necessary. Identify the illusion. There's tricks being played. Your own mind, your shadow, whatever. You need to navigate around them and understand what your truth is. No one's going to tell you what the actual truth is for your life. Only you can find that out for yourself. No reader will be 100% accurate for you because they're not meant to be. The more literal the reader is, it could be helpful in some cases, but you're not meant to be taking everything so literally, unless you're interpreting it for yourself in your own way. Otherwise, you will fall victim to illusion, and that will misdirect you. And some of you will need to find the path. Some of you will find the path easier than others. You're going through a transition right now. Again, this is almost shot from a bridge. The melancholy. I just feel like a lot of you guys are sad right now. And that's okay. That's part of it. Like you're supposed to be, right? The rain makes the rainbow, etc. Bitterness. Who did you dirty? Part of what you need to do is let that go. Don't hold on to their energy. Your bitterness is you holding on to their energy. You don't want their energy, whoever that is, a bully, a narcissist, an ex. If you're bitter, their energy's still with you. You haven't transmuted it into a power, a strength, or a lesson. Shall we tarot? Let's do it. The tarot portion will be taken into the extended, in which I will extend the reading, usually looking into the future, deeper into a lover or romantic situation that comes out, or just whatever I see fit for members. This is a wave 4 reading because it's the 4th week of the month that it's being recorded. However, when it hits you, it's timeless. It's just for classification. The waves. Let's check out your energy right now. And then I want to see whatever you need to know. This is likely another person. Ooh. This is likely another person, could be romantic, but doesn't have to be. Whatever you need to know at this time, whatever you need to know. The cards really want to talk from this deck. There's a new beginning coming out for you. Something really bad happened though. Could have been with an air sign. I've seen in the past something really bad happening with an air sign. We're looking at Aquarius, Libra, Gemini as an air sign. They don't have to be if they're not an air sign, and or they could be a person who really used words against you. And I feel like they're not done. If you keep them in your life, or even their energy, they will continue to hurt. I don't see that person being particularly good for you. They may be kind of convincing you, hey, talk to me, keep me around. Whether this is an aspect of you in your shadow, a romantic partner, like I said, or like a friend, or you consider them a friend at least, they have hurt you, I feel like, and they will continue to do so. You have a new shot at something better with the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles in terms of a relationship. But I do feel that it's up to you to create that for yourself. And right now you're kind of on the rocks. That's a metaphor for some of you, but you're on the rocks of if you should really move on from this person or not. It depends how much you think you deserve right now. How much do you think you deserve right now? Your energy is coming in as the Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords. You're rising above a lot of conflict. And again, this could be taken as interpersonal or inner. So like between a bunch of people around you, or like you and a couple other people, friends, romantic partners, or just within yourself. You just might feel conflicted on the inside, going from extreme to extreme, thought to thought that are like polar opposites. It could be all of the above. I feel like you are meant to really go through that right now on a really heavy basis, on a really extreme basis. So some of you are really all over the place, which is why you kind of need to kind of detox, maybe tire yourself out through exercise so you can see clearly, think clearly, whatever. But I do see you rising above this with more logical, higher thinking than before. But it will take that fight, right? The warrior. You got the warrior card in the beginning, and then like your card's coming out all about swords. Even this past person, swords, right? Warriors use swords, typically. What's your highest advice at this time? See through what you cannot see through. Make a wish. Spend some time away. So again, there are circumstances that are very cloudy for you right now. And you're meant to rise above them through your thinking, through your energy. Even if everything is chaos around you, your inner world can be sorted out. It can be optimistic. And you're meant to attach to that as your crutch, your inner world. And I feel like you're also meant to get a time out to get away from things. You're meant to actually put yourself into voluntary hangman energy. Maybe it's too difficult to make a decision right now. Maybe there's too much going on, so take some time away and think. I feel like a new and different perspective is needed for a particular situation before you can move forward. And this may be in many different situations. And that perspective is going to be that of clarity and actually being sure of something. Because it doesn't seem like you have that clarity or that sureness right now, but you're meant to develop it at this time. I will read a little bit more into your love situation in the extended, what the person's kind of feeling, if this past person's showing up, or if this Ace of Cups is talking about a new opportunity coming in, a new person that you've met. It definitely could with the Ten of Pentacles attached, or that's coming to you. More clarity on love in that extended. I'm going to end this reading with a reading of the Warrior. Feel free to comment your thoughts and feelings on it. And that extended will be available in the description box below. The Warrior is card 10. Again, October could be a month coming up that is big for you. All right, the Warrior, the Samurai, the Soldier, the Advocate. Oh, fuck. We often envision the warrior as an armored figure with sword in hand moving blindly toward battle, yet the deeper aspects of this archetype bring us face to face with death itself. The warrior stands precariously at the edge of life and death, trusting the eternal to guide the sword's blade. The warrior's work requires presence, alignment, and purpose. If and when the warrior loses its center, meaningless confrontations and violence are their default response. When this card appears, it is important to question the battle at hand. It is likely a great one with deep roots and long-standing tensions. The actions you take will stay with you long after the dust settles, so choose wisely, brave one. As you draw your sword, realign with the eternal wisdom within, then surrender to the battle. And again, you know, with your energy coming out as the Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords, that is eerily on brand with, I feel like, what the warrior is talking about, as well as this past significant person or connection or whatever this is signifying for you. All these swords coming out, it's wild. So ponder that, and also ponder becoming a member. It helps support the channel and has allowed me to continue to make videos for you of this quality up until now, from fucking 2019. Thank you to all channel members, and I'll thank you again in the extended for those that actually do come. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Be sure to like, subscribe, whatever. Take care.